How are you? I loved your little live, Morgan, Shruti, and Jean-Lu. Thank you for handing in yours, and Stina, and Sonia. It was such a wonderful thing to see you finally braving up and woohoo, Shruti away. I already see so much progress. It's so wonderful to watch you all there. Hello, Don. I'm going to unmute you. So, yeah, it's 8 here in Slovenia.
Really?
Every time I hear newborn baby cry, or catch a leaf, or see the sky, and I know why. Yes, I know why. I believe. The heart is right to cry when even the smallest drop of life, of love is perhaps you may get moments free in dignified silence, but you have every right to do so in any fashion, in any fashion, until love returns to you. Until love returns to you. Until love returns to
Something like this. Hello.
If some say love is a river that drowns the
Okay, that was fantastic, Don. I don't know how you did it, but the sound was lovely. While we wait for him to get his glasses on, Petra, take it away, my dear.
Okay, here we are. So, how was your week? Did you have a great practice? Yeah, on and off, yeah. Ah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. We can hear you both.
Some say love it is a hunger endless aching need. I say love it is a flower and you is only see. It's the heart afraid of breaking that never learns to dance. It's the dream
How lovely it was.
afraid of waking
The song that you put on.
How do you take it off?
I don't know. Turn it off yourself.
I didn't put it on.
It's the one who won't be taken.
So wonderful.
Okay, so first of all, that is hysterical because I thought he meant to do that. And I'm like, how did he figure out the music? How did he figure out the audio? That was perfect. And apparently it was all due to this full moon energy because he doesn't even know it's on. So, Petra, you take it away. I'm going to walk over there and see what to do with that.
God is a DJ. That was awesome. Okay, so do we have any sharings? Is anyone here who wants to share a short, anything? Oh, you're all just great, perfect. So do we have any question? Oh, yes.
Oh, so last week, I remember that you did a beautiful Kriya, and then we were sharing, everyone was sharing, and then I just want to edit on that. It reminds me that a lot of people are doing meditation, but it's very lonely and isolated. But the way you did a Kriya, I feel like we were holding together a space, and it's really connecting the energy through the Zoom to around the world. So I feel I'm very grateful, and I also feel it's very blissful. Like it's amazing energy to connect instead of doing things by yourself. And today it's beautiful blue moon, and I already like charged earlier with Don's Gong playing earlier. So I feel it's going to be a beautiful weekend and a beautiful election later this coming.
Thank you. It is really wonderful how we get to practice, even in, I don't know if it's a word, intensifying this energy. It's sometimes, now it really seems how easy it is when we're doing it live with a group. But here we're really extending our power and allowing it to reach every single person that is on the other side of the screen.
YAELLE. Can you put that on the Gong stand?
Oh God, you gotta love him.
By the way, I feel like today his hair and his beard is different. It's like very like energy, a lot of energy in Don's style today. So
I'm unmuted now.
Yes, you are.
I'm sorry about that.
No, you're wonderful.
So she's putting on the stand these new, very inexpensive, like that, which means that you know how it is when you're conducting the group and they all have their backs turned to you and nobody has a mirror gong so they can't see you. So these were really great to put on the stand, and that gives you your view to see other gong players behind you. Very cheap and cheerful. We'll see if it works. What are we doing today?
So yeah, right now we're having a little sharing. If anyone wants to share a little something. And then we are having Sonia leading us through her Kriya.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're very excited about that. And then then we're going to have some questions and answers, and maybe if you, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then we have the last two pathways to go through. Yes. Now I black out in my head, but it's going to come. So it's going to be wonderful, people. Okay. So is anyone else who wants to share anything? Yes, Claudio, just unmute.
Yes, Hello, everybody. Very happy to see you. I just want to rebound on what Jan said before, because as you know, in this time, I haven't been able to connect in the last few Zooms, but I feel that I've been with you by doing them, even at a different time. I still feel the holding of the space. I still feel the Kriyas. It really feels as if I'm with you. So I really can relate to what was said before, even if it's not in live, even if I'm doing it at a different time than you are. I still feel I'm with you.
That's wonderful. We were missing you. You were well missed, but we felt you as well. Yeah, it is funny times, but we get to experience this beyond space and time so often. Isn't it wonderful? Truly is. Okay, anyone else? We're good. So I recommend that we go over to Sonia and start with the Kriya. Okay, there, I'm gonna mute myself. Thank you, Sonia.
Thank
Then
you.
take it away.
So I prepare the Kriya for the root, the first chakra. And also here I put in a diffuser, I think you see this. So I put a synergy of 3 essential oils. That is Lithia, the other is lavender, and the other is lemongrass. So imagine that you are immersed with this synergy, and it will join us in all these Kriyas. So, and the first, I'll just going, and we will, okay, just trying to make something, if I can see me, okay. And we just release the tensions, release everything, and just breathe in, breathe out. And when we breathe in and breathe out, we just imagine, we just focus on our feet and imagine that roots are going down. Breathe in, breathe out, and our roots are going to Mother Earth. Each time that we breathe in, we release the tension, our roots are going down, down deeper, deeper to the core of the earth. And we are just having this beautiful connection with the love of the mother, and just relieve every tension that we have in our body, letting go everything, and just being this beautiful, warm uterus of Mother Earth. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. We will start our Kriya with the first exercise. The exercise for the supraspinatus muscle, where we have here our clavicle, and it's like this exercise. Also, in this exercise, we'll use the mudra, and the mudra is the prana mudra, where we just have these 2 fingers, and then we join these 3 fingers. It does not dishonor others. We just go standing. It is not self-seeking. And just open our arms for 30 degrees and exhale. Inhale. It keeps no record of wrongs. Inhale. Exhale. And just Inhale,
Love does
smile,
not delight
exhale.
in evil,
Inhale, and just feel
but
the
rejoices
tension
with
in
the
this,
truth.
the muscle. Inhale, exhale. Inhale,
It always
exhale.
protects,
Inhale, exhale.
always trusts,
Keep
always
going.
hopes,
Keep smiling.
always perseveres.
Just inhale deep. Hold on the breath, but keep the movement. Inhale, up, down,
Love
up, down, up,
never fails.
down. Exhale. Keep the moving. Keep going. Keep smiling.
When I
And
was a
then
child,
inhale. Put your arms
I
up
talked
over your
like a
head.
child.
Pull up
I thought
and
like a child.
exhale. And release.
I
Release all the
reasoned
tension.
like a child.
Release everything. And just
But when I
sit.
became a man,
Come to stillness. And
I
just
put away
listen
childish ways.
with your heart. I am letting go in a loving way everything that is not used to me anymore. I am letting go in a way. Everything that is of no use to me anymore. Now we will go to the second exercise that is for the sacrospinal muscles. And the sacrospinal muscle is the one that is near our spine, that just puts us in an erected way, also known as erectus muscle. We also will use this, prana mudra. Also this here and this, like this. And we're just going up. We put our hands in our buttocks. Just squeeze this. We just have to have the spine straight. And then just bending just a little. And feel, contract our buttocks. And just feel this erectus muscle. And just keep going with breath of fire. Smiling. Keep going. Keep going. You are doing great. Keep smiling. Inhale deep. And keep pressing. Exhale. Come to neutral. Inhale. Put your arms above your head. Pull up. Exhale. Pull down. And relax. Relax every tension. And then just come to stillness and listen with your heart. I Nina loves me more. Everything that is of no use to me anymore. So, and then we'll go to the next exercise that is related with the hamstring muscle. And this muscle, if we go to our leg, are these three muscles that we have here in the upper of our leg, as we can see here, these three muscles. And for this, we must go down, just sit on the floor. And also we will use a mudra that is the Yana mudra. So we just put these two fingers and these two fingers in our like this. And what is important is that we have keep pressing our heels in the floor. So like this, and keep pressing the heels, and then we have the breath of fire. Keep going and keep pressing the heels on the floor. Keep smiling, always smiling. Be sweet with your body. Keep going. Keep smiling. And then just inhale deep and keep pressing the heels on the floor. Exhale. Keep pressing. Inhale, and then just pull the root lock. Exhale and release. Now just check any tension there is, and just we will come to stillness and just listen with your heart. I flow with life in harmony, peace, and love. I flow with life in harmony, peace, and love. Let's go on with the next exercise related with the pectoralis major clavicle part. And we use the Yana Mudra. So it's like this. And then you just standing we just inhale, put our arms in this like this, and exhale, and we just together. Inhale, and in the exhale, we just hug each other. Inhale, exhale, smiling. Inhale, keep going, exhale, and just embrace yourself. And exhale, just give every love that you have to you. In exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, deep, exhale, just exhale, inhale, deep, just all your breath, just keep going with the movement, and just exhale, just keep going with the movement, and then inhale, pull your arms over your head, just pull up the root block, the diaphragm block, the neck block, and just exhale and release everything. Release your tension and come to stillness. And again, listen with your heart. I flow with life in harmony, peace and and then we'll have the exercises related with latissimus dorsi muscle. And we use again the prana mudra, the one in the beginning, this and like this. Okay, we just go up again, just inhale, go to the straight arm, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just keep smiling, keep going. You are doing great. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, deep. Exhale, hold on the breath, but keep going the movement, keep going, and exhale, and just pull your arms up above the air and pull up, and just release and release everything. And then just come to stillness. And finally, listen with your heart again. My physical existence is in harmony with the divine love flow of life. My physical existence is in harmony with the divine flow of love. And for ending this Kriya, we will close with the exercise related with the muscle, the teres major muscle that is here in the lower of our clavicular. And we just going up again. And then we just breathing, go the arms going straight, and then exhale down, forward, exhale backwards. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Keep going with a smile. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale with a smile, and just inhale deep. Hold on the breath, but keep going the movement, and just release, and just keep going the movement. And then inhale, put your arms over your head, pull up, and just exhale, pull down, and just release. Release every tension, everything. And we'll come to stillness. And because it's the Kriya united with the root block, with the root chakra, so we'll just sing the seed mantra, Lam. So everyone could turn with the Shruti. And then also sing and feel the vibration of the seed. Namaste to everyone, and hoping a lovely day, our night for today.
Thank you, Sonia. Unfortunately, we couldn't hear the last part. I think the Shruti was probably too loud and it was breaking. So just next time, keep in mind that Shruti should be in the background so your voice doesn't get...
Yeah, that was the same question that I have with the recording the mantra, because I forgot. Usually I have here, but then I forgot.
No worries, we're all learning, especially with this technology. Sometimes it gets really tricky. And usually if we go online, we have to practice and practice. So we also become our own sound managers and sound masters. So it is tricky, but it's also a great teaching, so that we keep reminding ourselves that a few more things come into play when we're doing things online. Although I loved at the beginning when you were using also some music in the background, and also affirmations and words coming in, which is a wonderful example how we can use more things in the background. But again, we have to be our own sound masters with that, so that we're always in the front line, being heard and being understood. So this is one thing that comes to mind that we to emphasize, so that we always speak clear, especially online. Sometimes the connection gets lost. Sometimes we have these little breakings. So we need to make sure that we really deliver what we're saying. Otherwise, very nice. I just felt so much kindness coming from you that it warmed my heart, like it warmed my whole being. Something maybe I would suggest that there was a lot of standing up and sitting down and standing up and sitting down, when a lot of the exercises could just be done sitting.
Yeah.
But also, you know, there is a quality in standing up and sitting down. Sitting down. It can be a sort of a dance, but just to keep in mind that maybe there's someone who has trouble standing up and sitting down in your group, and just to throw in a suggestion, you can stay seated and do this and and so on. But otherwise, very lovely. Don,
Okay.
what says you?
I'm unmuted. Yeah,
Yes.
I enjoyed doing that, and I did the whole thing sitting down. So this is very good. So that, and I felt free to modify it the way that was easy for me, because I felt that you can feel when the muscle gets sore enough, you know, while you're doing it. The idea is not to keep up and go through the valley of pain. The idea at that time is to make it smile. If you could make that was painful smile, then that is good. By the way, I remembered this. Can you hear me? Okay, everybody. Remember, our smiling is, although we smile with our mouth to bring the energy up into the higher chakras, really our smile is with the eyes, so that I can smile with my eyes and close my eyes, and I take the smile up here. So this is at the exit. So smiling is contagious. You catch it like the flu. Remember this one? Petra smiled at me just now, and I started smiling too. I looked around the corner, and Claudio saw my grin, and when he smiled, I realized I passed it on to him. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quick and get the world infected. This sounds so weird. Everyone needs a smile. Pass it on to a friend. That's my antivirus song. But you know how it came about, don't you? Some little child wrote it, put it on the Facebook, and that was it. That became our antivirus song. I'm sorry.
No.
But everybody should learn it, because the children love it when we play the gong.
Well, I think we all love it.
Just out of curiosity, when you're looking at your Zoom, everyone, on the upper left-hand side, you see something that says turn on original sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should say turn off original sound. So if
Turn
yours,
off?
yeah, so if yours says turn on original sound, you want to click on it.
I turned it off.
So now it should say turn off original sound. And then you know that the original sound is on. And Claudio wrote in the chat box to remind, if you don't want to have that situation where you're competing with the Shruti or the Gong, you want to keep on the original sound.
So keep the digital sound turned off.
Yeah.
Yeah? Is that right?
So when you scroll over the top left corner, if it says turn on original sound, then you should click it so that your sign says turn off original sound. If it says turn off original sound, you're good.
So Sonia, was yours turned off or on?
I'm in the tablet, so I don't have these options.
That option. Got it.
Okay.
That makes sense.
In the computer, in the tablet, it doesn't appear.
Got it. Okay. Good to, if there's something you can do with the tablet, maybe you can connect with Claudio after class because he knows all these things. Claudio, because the recording only shows the speaker, instead of just nodding your head, yes, contact me. Can you just say yes, contact me, so everyone, even if they're not on our live Zoom, knows how happy and friendly you are and they can contact you?
Oh, we don't hear you.
Oh shit! I put a microphone, and the microphone is now making funny things. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Cool. So yes, you can contact me, and I can give you a quick hand with that. It's very, very simple. I'll figure out how to do it on a tablet too. You should be able.
Great.
See,
Thank you.
even so, just now him talking, it stayed on Petra's face for some reason. So when you're speaking through that microphone, Petra, it was more on you. So we didn't actually see your face, Claudio.
Okay, so if I speak now, can you hear me? Okay. No? Funny. Let me just do something different, okay? Let me see. Because the thing is that I have my microphone in front of the speakers and then I get a funny situation. So I'm going to unplug my setup.
We can hear you, but the thing is, there's just the picture doesn't jump on you.
So I think
Maybe.
yeah, is that okay now?
Yes.
Okay. No, I was trying to be fancy with many microphones and it wasn't working. So keep it simple. So indeed, yeah, by all means, do contact me and I give you a hand with the Zoom. Zoom, the most important thing is make an update to the latest Zoom software because they made some huge improvements in the last version for people that want to go on and do sound online. There are just 2 settings that you need to be aware of, and I can walk you through that very quickly.
Yes, I just don't know in tablet because in computer, yes, I know I'm used to do this. But for the tablet, I never found it. Okay, but I will just put the last version.
Okay.
And maybe Uno.
I'll look at my tablet and see if I can figure it out, and I'll relay with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
Or even Claudio, if you don't mind posting it onto the Facebook page.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Everyone can get that. That would make the most sense.
Of course, I'll do some playing with the tablet and I'll let you know. I'll put up a video.
Fantastic.
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
Most welcome.
Okay. Well, wonderful. Is there anyone who would like to comment this Kriya? Or has something to share even more? Something you noticed? Something that was new to you? Okay. No. Good. So before we go on, I would love somebody else to lead us through one MEM exercise. Someone that hasn't done it live yet. Look who we have here. Maybe Stina would do it? Would you? Just pick whatever exercise and just lead us through it.
Yes, why not? I can do that.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, so I will choose one of my favorites. That's the cow milking exercise. Okay, just sit straight. Put my computer better. Can you hear me? Okay, and just stretch your arms in front of you parallel to the floor and make fists. And then move your arms up and down in an alternate motion. And if you feel confident, start with breath of fire. This exercise is for the gallbladder meridian. Then inhale, keep moving, smile, exhale, keep on moving. And then inhale. Lift your arms over your head. Pull up. Exhale and relax. Ta. So, thank you.
Thank you. Well done. So I noticed that you are all going, not all, but that you are often including that lifting your arms above the head and pull up. I just wanted to say that this is not a part of the exercise and you can do it or not. So I just want to encourage you to practice doing it with and without. I know that this is often in the videos, but this is just something that I like to add in, especially at the beginning for beginners, because it suggests that pulling up the energy. So I just wanted to make sure that you know that this is not really a part of the exercise, but it can be. Okay?
That's really a good point. Very good. Yeah. And remember to say at the end of the exercises to totally relax. Relax, especially here in the neck region, because we don't do the exercises very long. But sometimes even a minute and a half is enough for a person to get lightheaded. So while you're sharing your exercises with the public, with people, just realize that uh, d- if you feel at all dizzy, you have to exhale right away and relax the pressure in the head. It's a good habit to get into anyway. That was all.
Yeah. So thank you. Okay. So do we have
I love that. That was great. What would be a great affirmation to go with that? Stina, you said that it was one of your favorites to do the gallbladder milking.
Yes, I do that all the time, actually. Whenever I have time, I do. So,
And
yeah.
you have an affirmation you like to use with it?
So usually I say something like, I feel free, or, the sun is shining on me. So something positive. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. It would be great if you have suggestions for affirmations for each meridians, for all the meridians, if you would share with the rest of us in the Facebook group. So if you have your favorite affirmations, just write them down in the Facebook. It would be great, so that we can all share them. So do we have any questions about anything so far? Did you stumble upon anything during your practice or studying? Wow, no questions. Oh, we have Jean.
Okay, I have questions. We were looking at the chakras connected to the organs and also the meridians. And I was looking at the chart. I feel it's very, very complicated, but I don't know how, what's the reason or how we locate any chakra to any organ. Is there a rule, or how do we get those information from? Was it from the old yoga practice, or was it from the Chinese medicine theory? That's my question.
Okay, I'm going to hand this to Don. Oh, unmute, we don't hear you.
Don,
Can you paraphrase the question now? In other words, say it again, but paraphrase it.
Okay.
I wrote it in the chat box. It's She noticed that the chakras are connected to organs and meridians, but the chart seems a bit complicated. How do we locate chakras to any organs? Does this come from old yogic teachings or from traditional Chinese medicine? How did the chakras get related to the meridians?
Well, of course, it's a kind of a forced relationship because you're taking dissimilar systems and finding connections between them and overlaying them with each other. This is what we do in almost all of what we call analogical thinking, comparative studies of things, and we put them together to see how they interlock. But it's just to give you an idea that different of the exercises relate more strongly, or they hit the gong more solidly uh, on these particular chakras. But the main thing to do is to feel that energy, because you can do something, say, well, this is for this chakra, and if you don't do it so that you can feel it, then you feel something else in you. Sometimes that feeling something else is very important because your innate intelligence is telling you or guiding you to do that. Sometimes when people do the exercises, not like you're doing it, you say they're doing it wrong. No, forget about it. They are doing it in a way that their innate intelligence safely leads them. Does that answer the question? No? Well, ask it again in other words.
Yes, that answered my question. So it's from your system, like you got it from, you downloaded it. For example, the the solar plexus is connected to kidney and bladder. Oh no, it's connected to heart, spleen, liver, kidney. Yeah, so in fact, some chakras connected to more than, or some meridians connected to more than one chakras.
That's right.
Right? I
That's
see.
right.
So,
Yeah.
okay. I
Yeah.
will look through it
Share.
again.
Oh, do you have a moment? I'd like to share with you the first exercise I ever learned. Maybe I have done this before, Petra, but when I was going to high school, or just after high school, I learned Yogananda's recharging exercises. Who else does that? Does anyone else do the Richaka? I sometimes when I do my gong exercises in the public, I have people sort of stagger themselves, and it's a very interesting one. It's a double inhale through the nose and a double exhale through the mouth. It's called Richaka. So it goes like this here. Now inhale wide and hold. Pull up, smile, pull up, and release and relax. And then with the neck, make sure that neck muscle. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll do that with the public before, and I'll say, okay, now let's do this exercises. So it acts as kind of a bridge. Yeah.
Thank you. Also, maybe one note from the chakras. The way I feel it, or the way I see it, is that whatever happens to you in life, whatever the event, whatever emotions, I feel that at that point all the chakras get infected, just like all the meridians do, because they all connect and interconnect and flow into one another. That's how I feel. So just like Don was saying, whatever your innate consciousness tells you. Just really, yeah, find a way to tune in, and you cannot go wrong. Just know that you cannot go wrong whatever you do.
Very popular method to increase that sensitivity is that if you've got a boo-boo somewhere, or like right now my ankles are going kakapaka, so what I do is I smile down there at my ankles, so that smiling you can send to any part of your body where there's a problem, and feel that organ smile. And when that happens like that, then your innate intelligence is very happy.
That's a wonderful exercise for you to do next at some point in the next week, or take 10 minutes each day and do it. Smile to your challenging little something and see what happens. Yes, Morgan.
Morgan.
Yeah, I'd like to add something to that. If you smile at it, you can also breathe to it, and it doubles the effect probably, because mostly when we feel a boo-boo or a chakra, I really like those words. I was thinking, what does he mean, boo-boo? But now I understand. So it's Halloween. Just if you feel this ghost somewhere or this boo-boo, whatever, if you smile, then you just breathe in very deep.
It's 1 o'clock.
Yes.
And it's 1 o'clock.
It is.
And mostly you get an instant release, but it's not always said that release should be at that specific spot. Sometimes the release comes from the spots beyond that place. So if it's the pain here, you can have a release here, and that is interconnected as well. So yeah.
You know, we often say, don't we, I love you from the bottom of my heart. Well, why from the bottom of the heart? So the heart under the heart, that heart is the one that connects very strongly with the innate intelligence. So when we say that, you, from the bottom of my heart, I love you, it means, yeah, that you found the secret chamber within the heart, within the heart, within the heart.
Okay, to go off of that, if you're using the TCM meridians, so I was looking at that chart, Jean, in response to your question, and so I'm going to pull up the share screen. Hold on. And we're gonna share. And you guys, so here we have the chakras. So what I wanted to share was that we have two things going on. You've got the actual meridian pathway, and then you have the organ associated with those meridians. So there is a sense of location with some of these relationships. So for example, if you look at your solar plexus, you've got your liver, you've got your stomach, you've got your spleen, and this is all around the solar plexus area. So you have that connection as well. What is actually next to the organs? And then you have the connection of the lines of those meridians. So if we look over at the root chakra, the organs that are connected are all location specific. It's your reproductive glands. It's those organs that are near that area. But if we look at the meridian pathways, first of all, the one thing that is a little misleading here is it says that the governing is the crown and the, where's the central? And the central is the third eye. And so just so you have an awareness that the conception vessel goes up to here, and the governing vessel goes from the back of your, sorry, that was not meant to do that. Okay, the back of you goes up, and then hits the crown chakra. That's a point called Do 20 or governing vessel 20, and then goes down to here. So that this point here, it says central, but that's also the dude channel goes through here because it's a connecting circuit. But if you think about it, really, the central channel and the dude channel are kind of like, I almost think of it almost like a railway track, because the chakras are energy centers basically stacked on along that spinal cord where the central and governing vessel is running. So just so you know that those they're not only beyond time on the clock, they're also beyond chakra and everything, because it really is all the chakras. So that's one thing. But if you look specifically, for example, at the root chakra, sorry, you guys can see this, right? Mulhaba, it says bladder, large intestine, stomach, spleen. If you look down to this area, the stomach channel runs up like this, the spleen channel runs up like this, and the actual bladder is here and it's running along the back. So you actually have pathways that are going through these. That's not always necessarily correlated, but there is, if you're looking at, you're like, what, why? A lot of the channels are running through those areas, or they have connections with other pathways that connect to those chakras. So I hope that explains a little bit about that. But wait, one last thing, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
The heart, underneath the heart, in Chinese medicine, this Ren channel in between your nipples, this, this point here opens up the chest, and so you have a connection to the heart. And then down below you have the stomach, which is, if you take your umbilical cord and you take where your ribs go up here, that diaphragm point where your solar plexus is, that's the emotional heart point in Chinese medicine. So the emotional heart is connected to the solar plexus, which is just below the heart. So there's an absolute correlation between that idea of the connection between the heart, the emotional heart, and your innate intelligence. Okay, that's all.
Woohoo! Yeah, nice. Leave the chart back on, please. Put the chart back on. Can you put, yeah. Oh, thank you. I'd like to talk about it a little bit longer because this is a great chart, isn't it? So look at here. You have the colors of the crown chakra. What color is that? Violet. And this one here is indigo, blue, and then green, and then yellow, then orange, and then red. Those colors they have for the chakras are really the opposite. We have two ways of looking at color. One is a paint color you can't see through, you see. It's absorbing. The other one is a transparent color that you can see through. So these really are transparent colors, not paint colors. And if you notice over here, a planet note, and then I got that over there. I can't see that so well, but maybe I can move it. Look at that. Crown chakra has got B. It has another note, which is the Platonic Earth. The cycles of the planets are done in transparent colors. The colors that are given to the body when you see somebody sitting in meditation, they usually give those the physical colors, or the colors you can't see through. So there's a little confusion sometimes about the colors, but just think of this. Yin yang. Inside of the red, there's the green. Inside of the blue, there's the yellow. So that both colors are represented in every chakra. Does that make sense? Can you explain to Petra a little better?
Oh, I think Morgan can.
I think you have to scroll down exactly and look at the chakra chart. Then you understand what Don just was saying about the colors. If you can go back. If you can go back.
Back,
Go,
back.
Back
go
to
back.
the previous sheet.
I think who's manipulating this?
YAELLE is, I
Yeah,
think.
hell is.
Oh, Yael. Yael.
Can you
Go. He
go?
wants you to go back.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Hold on.
Oh, she's trying.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, if you look at, I also have it on my screen. So if you look at the
okay, thank you.
chakra color chart with all the sounds, you have the toning sounds, but you also have the petal sounds. But then you look at the colors, and in the bottom it's red, but it's not just at once orange. No, it's going from orange, yellowish, orange, and then from, so in every color is not like fixed, because it's like a fluid system. But I had another question about the tonings. If you can scroll up a little. If you have the planet tone, how I'm gonna implement the planet tone or the note, because the note is the B for the crown chakra, but the platonic tone is the platonic earth tone.
Yes.
But I thought yeah.
There we go. F, F
So
sharp.
how do you get those
G,
the
G
platonic?
sharp, A sharp, D. So it's really a chord if you want to play both of them together. So what is this chord? Well, it's a tritone, isn't it? So it's a very dissonant chord. Uh, but dissonant does not mean discordant. Venus is the only one that stays the same, I think. Yeah. It's an A in both systems. It's an A. Mercury is a D, and a G. So D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G. So that would be a perfect fourth. So each of these have different individual relationships that are sort of wonderful, but to explain them fully, we can't, because the ancients always put the root chakra as C or Do and went up like this here. But when they made the gongs, they used the radiant colors, the radiating colors from the gong, and they were just the opposite. So we use them both. You can choose either one of them.
What is then the difference? Because I've got here the earth platonic, but here's the earth year, and here you have the earth day. What's the difference in those tunings?
Well, that's called the triptych. And the Earth Day G would be what? I think it's 194 Yael. And then the heart chakra, Anahata, is a C sharp, which is 136.1. And then the other one, which is the 24,000 rotation of the North and South Pole, that's called the Platonic cycle, and it's an F. So the three earth gongs have those notes for those chakras.
Okay, thank you.
Wait, just to clarify, Don, there's three Earths. One is a 24-hour cycle. One is a 365
Root chakra, yeah.
day cycle.
Year.
So the root chakra. Wait, I'm writing this in the chat box. The root chakra is the Earth 1 day, 24-hour. And there's
That's a
the
G.
365-day Earth rotation, which is which one?
That's the year. And then the Platonic cycle, the crown chakra, is the 20, if you wish, 26,000 or 24 or 25, somewhere in there. It's much longer than anybody's ever lived, but you probably
Rotating
had
around.
incarnations.
Wait,
Yeah.
which one is that? The crown one? The Earth is rotating around.
Yeah, the crown one is the north and south pole going counterclockwise, going around in a circle as the Earth spins like a top, wobbling around the sun. So,
Mhm.
Maybe if,
mm,
if that's of interest to someone, maybe you can write it and we can post it because I didn't get it, but I don't also, I know we only have 20 minutes left. So,
oh,
Petra,
Although
somebody,
this comes in module 3 as well,
ah,
module
because
three.
we're discussing
Yeah,
the
thank
solar
you.
system as well. So more on that soon.
all right. Sounds good.
So, and when we were talking about smiling into whatever issue you have, or touching it, or
This is,
breathing into it, it is also a great segue into intuitive and divination kriyas, so that I take this forward into our next topic. So, creating a kriya based on intuition and creating a kriya based on divination. This is something that you're going to work on during the next week.
Don, do you want to talk about Kriyas from the pathways of creating Kriyas for through divination and through intuition?
well, you know, most of you are gong players. Is somebody here who doesn't have a gong? Hmm. Um, with the gong strokes, these are called spontaneous kriyas. When the kundalini rises, then automatically all of the mudras and all of the gestures and all of that is done automatically as a it's almost like the dancing, free dancing, but the energy itself is coming up and is dancing, bringing you into a blissful type of movements. So this happens when as the kundalini rises, but you don't have to force the Kundalini up. I remember in 1969 70, well, especially those first 2 years, uh, we were given very strong Kriyas to do by Yogi Bhajan. Well, the reason I studied with Yogi Bhajan was because at the Babaji Krishna Kriya, I learned through Paramahansa Yogananda was only one Kriya, and I wanted to learn the science of creating Kriyas, like because the old way of doing it from India, some of the Piscean teachers making the transition, they said, do it exactly the way that I said, don't change a hair, like that. Uh, but now the new yoga is, of course, we are all masters in the Aquarian age, so that we can do the Kriyas and put them together the way that the masters would put them together to give to their disciples. But we're giving it to ourselves, and in a very safe way. So this is the idea. So when you're playing the gong, and you're playing. Remember all the strokes that we gave you, the all different ways of playing. This is called the roll. So sometimes when I'm playing the gong, I'll do maybe breath of fire, and I'll also do it with the roll. And then I'll inhale and hold. I'll keep going. I'll pull up, smile, maybe reverse. Exhale, reverse. Pull up, keep going, and ta, and release and relax. And always afterwards, the key thing, allow the energy to circulate. Very important self suggestion afterwards, because then the energy, the goddess energy, the Kundalini energy, the creative energy within us all will go to the place that needs healing. So, this is why it's important to, as we say in Tantric Yoga, to make a completion.
I'm unmuted. Yes, sorry. What do you say about creating a Kriya intuitively,
Yes,
with or without a gong?
yes, that's right. You can do a movement. It's called the dance of the Kundalini. And what you do is almost like Subud, if you know how to do Ladihan. It's where there and you let the innate intelligence make your body move. You flow with that, and then you put the breath to it. You put the positive affirmation, the smile with it. You put all. It's like dressing the tree at Christmas time. Yeah, and you got it all there. You've got the whole thing together, and it's like a piece de resistance. It's a work of art. It's the art of yoga as well.
Hmm. Maybe the best way to grow into or to break out of structure into intuitive Kriya would be just enhancing the intuitive warm-up. Start with a very
Yes.
make an emphasis on the intuitive warm-up, and then bring in whatever exercise comes to your mind, whatever muscle, and just work with that muscle. It doesn't even have to be the movement of the exercise that you learned, but
That's
you're
right.
just targeting that muscle, and just, it can be a very subtle movement, and you're putting all your attention, focus, or you can bring big movement, you can grow that movement as well. Just during the next week, try to play with that, how to go into it intuitively. Maybe you also want to start just by tuning in, maybe have maybe touch through your body, just palpate the tensions in your body, and then bring in the breath, bring in the thought, bring in the smile, bring in, and then just move out of there. That would be also one suggestion. Or you can grab a meridian and just connect the movements of all the exercises connected to it and make a dance of it, and then break free from that. There are so many ways you can play with that.
Yes, and think about this is that the gloves, your pranic gloves. Remember the exercise when you hold your arms out like this and then bring your palms all the way back and you feel this great stretch there? And after a while, you begin to go, how long do I have to do this? And then all of a sudden, your hands disappear and you have what are called healing pranic gloves. That same thing happens if you're playing the gong with one hand and the other hand, either hand will do, up about this far away from the surface of the gong. So as you're hitting it, you're putting the hand where the heat is going into this chakra here. We call it the ninth chakra, into the hands. And so in that way, while you're playing the gong, you can do the Reiki, meaning that you can project the universal life force to anywhere in the room and you will feel it. This type of force is so strong that even now, if you held your hand up like this, try it, up, hand up. All right, hand up. Come on, Isabel, hand up. Put one hand up like this here, either hand, okay? With now, if I do this here at Margaret's hand, she can feel it. If you do that, Isabel, to my hand, do it up and down my hand. It's called scanning the hand. Yeah. I can feel it. Are you actually going up and down my hand? This is a miracle, of course, because that means that you're pranic healing at a distance. If I put your picture on my gong And I hold my hand up and I hit the gong and I send a sonal ray to your picture. I don't care if you're wherever you are in the world. It's an instant type of thing. We have that power. Yeah. Anyway, that was.
And if you don't have a gong at hand, you might want to try sing into your hand
Uh-huh. Or
as an
singing bowl.
amplifier, or singing
Yeah.
bowl,
Yeah.
or chimes, or whatever. Really.
Remember when you feel the heat, that's the connection. Because the gongs, the molecules of the gongs are giving their lives for you. The atomic particles are so that they can release that energy to you.
Great.
To add just a little bit of self-healing technology to this portion of it, there's something called BRT, body restoration technique. And you're using the body's innate ability for healing and programming. So if you use your hand, if you've ever done that Satanama Mudra meditation, in BRT, each connection connects to a specific level of programming in the body. So one of the connections is the physical, the biochemical, the emotional, and then the cellular DNA structures. So you have to remember that? No, but physical, biochemical, emotional, and DNA cellular structures. So if you want to just start out by doing closing your eyes and just scanning your body and seeing where there's that kakabaka that Don said, or potential tension. So if I have an area, the usual kind of practice is like, oh, and you'll press on it and you'll massage it, which is great. But that's just like level 1. And actually a higher form of getting the body to heal that area would actually be a tapping. So you go and you tap that area, and then you put these two fingers together, and then you take a deep breath in, inhale, and then you keep tapping and exhale, and then you do 3 or 4 pans. And then you go to the next finger and you take a deep breath in and exhale, and you pant. Next finger, inhale, exhale, last one, inhale and exhale, and 3 more pans. So it's a way, you may feel it feeling a little warm or the energy activated there. It's a way of connecting your innate intelligence to a specific area for reprogramming. So I've actually had clients who've been on major medications like migraine and headaches. You can actually tap out headaches. Or if you get frowny lines, so even just with this very simple technique, you can incorporate that into your practice. So you could do that on your chakras, going from the root up to the top and back down again to connect it to the chakras. You can use it on a specific pathway if you want to connect more with that. You can use it on a place of pain or dysfunction or disease or, etc. Last thing, and then Morgan, I'll take your question. Sometimes what'll happen is people will have, let's say, a headache, and you tap away and it feels better, or you tap, 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 and then you reassess and go, oh, now I feel it over here. Well, actually, I feel it in the back of my neck. That's causing my discomfort. So it's something that you play around with. If you ever had like eaten something and had bad stomach pain, you can tap that area. What you'll find is you'll actually, when you reassess, it'll have moved. And if you tap for 5 to 15 minutes, all of a sudden you'll either go to the bathroom or you'll, fart or burp and release that gas. So it's a really great way of doing it. The last thing I was going to say before we take Morgan's question is sometimes where something's coming from is coming from a degree of specific emotion. Like if I have a headache and really what it's coming from is frustration or anger or resentment or depression, then as much as I tap on the head, nothing's going to happen. So then I'm going to actually go over to my liver, which even though on this mirror thing it shows it's on your right hand, it's actually on the left hand side. So no, sorry. So can you guys see, does it look like it's on the left-hand side? This is my right side. That's my liver. So I'll tap on my liver, keeping the shoulder down so you're not like this. So you get the point. But the thing about the liver is right now the best side effect of tapping your liver every day is a feeling of relaxation. And then because we do MEM, and we're awesome at incorporating correspondences and just elevating every practice, the inhale that you're doing is full of oxygen. The exhale is full of carbon dioxide, and the panting is under exertion, the 3 modalities of being alive. So that's why as you're holding the finger positions, you do the inhale, you do the exhale, and the 3 pants. Okay, Morgan, I'm taking your question.
Is this EFT?
No, this is an EFT. But what you'll find, EFT is an emotional release technique.
Yeah.
Where you're tapping. EFT is you can Google EFT. It's a
Yeah, I know, but it looks similar because you're also tapping on the meridians with EFT, yeah?
Exactly. EFT is working on emotional releases, and you're doing very specific points in specific orders to do release.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people who do, and they love that. No, this is something called BRT, body restoration technique. All of these various modalities of tapping with inhale, there's a lot of different offshoots of kinesiology. And so they're all, have very, very great causational outcomes. So, play with all of them.
So what about divination, Don? Oops. Just unmute again.
Claudio, what about divination?
I was going to talk about a little bit more about intuitive.
Oh, okay, that's good.
No, just something from personal experience, because I have started a practice every evening that is being given to me by an Ayurvedic practitioner, which is called Abhyanga, which is just simply a self-massage. So what I find, what is happening, because there are some specific sort of ways of massaging yourself. You use oil, warm sesame oil. I find myself going towards the MEM movements while I'm doing it. And I think it's wonderful because it just comes very, very, very intuitively.
Yep.
Thank you.
Great way. And what is your take on divination?
Well, I think that the chiometer should be one of the things that we should be working with. So my idea would be just a few centering exercises, sort of. I would say a little bit of centering breath, connection with the points of support that we have with our chair or on the floor. Then taking the chiometer and just finding. I would just close my eyes, use my index as a pendulum, or use a pendulum if we have one, and see where it falls intuitively and start from there. And where it falls, then I see what organ does it correspond to, for example, and then I will build my Kriya like that.
Divination. Oh, Gaga, am I on? Oh, yeah, divination. Well, of course, divination is like the divine mind. It's the eye of divination that develops after a while. For instance, let's say that there once a man wrote about dogs. Okay, like we look at dog below, a god above, and all that. But the idea was that where a dog scratches tells you what is the emotional communication. So, strange as that sounds, the dogs have a language of scratches. So, if you look at a person who's got a problem and you tune into it, and if I feel an itch somewhere, you know, then for me that's a message. It's strange. Maybe I shouldn't even tell you about it because, but the idea is that you can feel on your own skin where somebody needs the energy to go if you relate with your heart. We learned a lot today, didn't I?
Yeah.
I think we did. So we are. It's 9:30 here in Slovenia. Um, so your homework is create a Kriya based on intuition and divination. Record yourself doing it, of course. And do we have a volunteer to lead us through one of these Kriyas next week? Claudio, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Claudio. And also keep practicing the Shruti. Yes, keep practicing the Shruti, and videos welcome. Is there anything else that we said that we need to do?
I got a request for the module 1 certificates to be mailed out. So Petra, we're gonna work on that this week.
Yes.
And make sure if you still haven't sent in your final assignment for module 1, please do so. And that way we can get everyone's certificates out in a well batch.
And also, we have to get to Kyo and Jitsu too at some
That's
point.
module 3, Don.
Is it? I can't wait.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, starting soon, very soon. So that's that, I think, for today.
Petra, so we're going to be starting module 3. You want to make that announcement now or next week? What do you want to, or send out an email?
Let's do it next week, and let's send out an email.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can I say something? You know, we're going to go to Mexico when tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's about 40 people down there that want to learn, and yeah, so we're taking antivirus Kriyas with us.
That's amazing.
We'll also be taking antiviral herbs and essential oils as well. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to get the certificates out for all module 1s. That way we can be on track for our module 2. Next week is the last meeting. And Don and I will probably be in the air flying during that time period. So Petra, you're going to be running the meeting. If there's any residual questions, topics for module 2, we can always do an extra add-in bonus section either on Sunday or Tuesday, depending on what people want. So let us know. We need to finish off module 2 with the meeting with Don.
We're not going to be here.
You and I will be in the air flying back home.
Wouldn't that be nice to be able to connect from there?
So Don just gave us exercise. We'll be doing a Kriya on the airplane, sending it to you guys on the exact time of when you guys are meeting. We'll see if we can pick it up.
And we will do a Kriya here, sending it to you. Claudio, you wanted to add something? You wanted to say something?
Well, just, I mean, if maybe we could always change, instead of Saturday, do it on Sunday. I don't know. It's up to you. I mean,
that's fine by me. However you wish.
All right. Do you want to just take us a little thing right now, and the people who are showing up live, can you guys meet on the Sunday? Yay.
So that we're all together for the last meeting, right?
Okay, good. Right. Democracy rules.
Yay!
Still, it hasn't been annihilated yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
I thought we had 2 additional meetings because we had 6 for this course, or?
Yeah, we added 2 more, so that was official to have 6 to have 6 meetings.
this is number 5.
Okay, I lost count.
So we'll be starting module 3 in November. We'll send out that email, and we're also going to be starting up. The idea is we're going to be starting up a new MEM module 1 cycle. So 1, if you know of anyone, please use your affiliate code, and if you don't have one, give it to me, so that you know, you can get a little commission for sending people our way. And also, we'd love to set up a buddy system, so as you're going through your module 3 teacher training, you will be able to connect with a buddy who's a beginner to support them, which I know we didn't have going through module 1, but hopefully that will be an addition as well. That will be wonderful for everyone.
Did you all participate in our around the world gonging we did this morning? Yeah. So you're all tired too. I was a little early in the morning.
All right, wonderful. So have a beautiful day. We'll send out the recording.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Petra.
Thank you, Don.
Morgan, Margaret,
Thank you, YAELLE.
Sonia, Claudio.
Thank you, everybody.
Jean-Loup, Stina. Thank you.